I want you to pay attention to how close a person stands to you. If your friend backs away when you move closer, it may signify that your connection isn't mutual. This is especially obvious when you observe how people talk to each other in couples. If a person moves back in a chair during your conversation, this may indicate boredom or fatigue. Politeness doesn't allow most people to end communication, even if they don't enjoy it. If you've noticed this micro gesture, you may want to ask about the person's well-being or suggest taking a break. When someone approaches you, even after you've moved away from them, this may indicate a desire to be dominant in your relationships or convince you of something. Body orientation is the angle of a person's body in relation to yours during your conversation. It often reveals who or what we're really interested in. If the head is turned to you, but the body is directed to the side, perhaps the person isn't ready to fully engage. Or the speaker subconsciously signals that they're in a hurry and overloaded with more important tasks. If you want to show someone that you're fully interested, stand or sit down face to face and make sure that your shoulders are parallel. This will create a special psychological place protecting both of you from everyone around. Liars usually avoid direct eye contact. Eye's direction can provide additional clues. If someone is looking to the right or straight up during conversation, it's quite possible that the speaker is lying, because this motion awakens brain parts responsible for imagination. If the speaker is looking to the left or down while talking, it signifies active memorizing and recalling facts. In this case, most likely the conversation is sincere. This is a great life hack to check your friend's honesty. Just make sure you don't confuse left and right. Just like animals, people tend to demonstrate the so-called territorial behavior. The higher a person's economic and social position is, the more territory this person tends to occupy. People usually express it by making themselves comfortable in a chair, putting legs on a table, spreading their arms and legs wide apart, public stretching, and so on. Confident people don't hesitate taking up a lot of space, while people who feel insecure will unconsciously seek to take up less space, squeeze their shoulders, and keep their hands close to the body. If a person starts to nod repeatedly and excessively while you're talking, it might indicate that the subject you're discussing is boring or unpleasant. Also, people nod way too much when they try to prove their ability to follow instructions. You probably did this too in stressful situations, like starting a new job or meeting someone special. If this gesture is accompanied with frequent blinking, the person is likely to feel overwhelmed by the speaker's authority and craves to leave a good impression. When someone you like walks into the room, your subconscious mind will want to make sure that you look attractive. This may result in touching your clothes, fixing hair and accessories. People also tend to take a more graceful body position and even start looking around for a mirror or any other reflective surface. Some may constantly touch their own skin and lick their lips. If you notice this behavior in someone you're talking to, don't rush to plan your family though. Maybe someone else in the room is the object of their affection. Or they're just perfectionists who want to look better in the eyes of other people. Wrinkles around the eye can tell if a smile is genuine or not. When someone fakes a smile, you'll notice that their eyes aren't smiling along with the lips. Also, fake smiles aren't contagious, so you probably won't feel the urge to smile back. This issue can be easily solved with a good, unpredictable joke. A clenched jaw indicates anxiety. Whether you notice it or not, it happens subconsciously. If you meet someone with clenched jaws, it probably means that this person is thinking about something stressful. Facial muscles, and especially jaws, can stay pinched for years, so singing and special relaxation exercises will help erase the imprint of worry from your face. When a speaker gets nervous, stress can partially paralyze the jaw and make the voice sound unnatural. If this person also gulps nervously and breathes unevenly, something is definitely bothering them. Facial muscles show genuine emotion symmetrically. If one side of the face is more active than the other, it can be a sign of faking emotions. Remember, there are no perfectly symmetrical faces in nature. If you know someone with such a face, this person is probably a robot. False asymmetrical emotions usually manifest as a raised eyebrow or a crooked smile distorted in one direction. When someone experiences intense emotions but tries to stay calm and bossy, it can cause them to blink with only one eye. Sudden blushing is usually involuntary and triggered by intense emotions such as embarrassment, shyness, guilt, or romantic feelings. These emotional triggers force the body to release adrenaline, which stimulates the nervous system and widens blood vessels. In most cases, blushing sends a signal that the person would like to avoid unnecessary attention. Also, red cheeks often indicate people who are afraid that their secrets might be publicly revealed. Some people genetically tend to blush more intensely than others. Even slight stress can cause redness of the skin on their cheeks, ears, and chest. So, take your time before jumping to conclusions and observe other signs. When someone raises their hand at the full arm's length with a comfortable posture, it reveals that this person feels cozy and relaxed in your company. On the contrary, raising a hand under the head level indicates insecurity and shyness. When people hold drinks or phones at the level of their hearts, this may signify a subconscious desire to protect themselves from the world. Holding these items at the waist level reveals a person who feels safe and open to communication. If palms are facing upward, it means that subconsciously this person is suggesting or asking something. Most people associate open palms with truthfulness, honesty, and allegiance. Meanwhile, when palms are facing downward, it indicates a complaining and demanding mood. Using hand gesturing during your public speech helps the audience to comprehend new information easier. Just try not to swing your arms too actively or too high. People might think you're too dramatic and lose focus. Hiding hands in your pockets is not the best choice either. People may subconsciously perceive this as a sign that you're an arrogant and insincere person who has plenty of dark secrets. When people are really focused on conversation, their palms usually don't move. If you're talking to someone and notice this person is knocking a fist on the table or chair up and down, it's a sign that you're not engaging them. When you hear something cute, but at the same time, the speaker clenches their fists instinctively, this person is probably exaggerating, lying, or trying to hide pent-up anger. Many people consider crossing arms while talking a bad habit, because the audience may perceive this as a sign of vulnerability and self-doubt. This rule also applies to the legs. If you want to leave an impression of a confident and friendly person, try to stand or sit without crossing your legs and arms. Holding your hand behind your forearm is a negative signal to people around you. We usually take this position when we're gloomy or angry, and the higher you grab your hand, the unhappier you seem to people. Touching random objects slowly and gracefully during a conversation is a sign of attraction and engagement. People usually prefer to play with markers, elastic bands, glasses, and phone cases. Twisting a napkin and folding origami is also a friendly signal of trust and inspiration. Playing eyebrows can send many signals too. Raising them briefly during the initial eye contact with a familiar person is a friendly sign. It says, "I'm not afraid of you and I'm not avoiding you." Furrowed eyebrows can be a sign of dissatisfaction and frustration. And if someone raises eyebrows during a conversation and holds them up for a long time, it's probably a signal of surprise or excitement. Touching your face and neck during conversation and covering up your mouth is a common gesture people make when they're trying to hide their genuine emotions. Tilting the head to the side is regarded as a gesture of trust and sympathy. Vital arteries which supply the brain with oxygen are in the neck. People who feel any threat will instinctively hide these arteries, pulling their heads in the shoulders. People who tilt their heads while communicating usually seem much more attractive and trustworthy because this gesture brings playful vibes. Got it? Okay, so let's get out there and start analyzing some people.